We received a very interesting inquiry recently, and therefore we're going to use it to explain a few important points about Xanthelasma here. We're going to jump directly into the question that we have received from the customer, and this is the question that we've received. And this is a very good inquiry. I have just made the purchase via PayPal, £154 plus postage and so on. The postage is included, but that is the price at the moment that the product goes for. Please find 8 photos attached to view my Xanthelasma. My Xanthelasma appeared first in 2007-8 and was very small. I had a test of cholesterol and I was absolutely fine. That is quite a very important point because um, I mean now given all the information we put out there and is out there from other sources as well, it's very clear that there's not a clear correlation between the two, cholesterol levels and the appearance of Xanthelasma. So it began growing over the years and stopped growing in 2013. Oh yes, this is another point I just forgot to mention is that doesn't mean that people who have Xanthelasma do not have high cholesterol levels, and also those people who had Xanthelasma and high cholesterol levels, sometimes it's been reported that if they just reduce their cholesterol levels, the Xanthelasma sometimes seems to be reducing in size. However, there's not very clear information about that, so you cannot have your Xanthelasma disappear. You cannot guarantee that your Xanthelasma will disappear if you have high cholesterol levels just by lowering it. So it's good to lower it, but you cannot guarantee that disappearance or the cure, so to speak, of Xanthelasma by lowering your bad cholesterol. So anyway, it began growing over and stopped in 2013 when I had electrolysis at Harley Street Clinic. At the time, the clinician research was in the early stages, and the advice was not very knowledgeable. Now I realize I could have continued the treatment, and it may have gone in 3 to 4 sessions. This is a very important point, and we'll try to explain what she means here. We do not show you your picture, their pictures, but I mean now, please. I mean, you're authorized to laugh at this picture. My capabilities as a drawer are one of a 3-year-old. I've actually been detested by my art teacher when I was in middle school. So, and I don't seem to be improving at drawing. But the point that we're trying to make is the same point that we made in another video, but we'll try to make it again. Now, Xanthelasma, and here, just take this as a representative picture only. In most cases, it does grow inside the skin and inside the dermis. So let's assume this is the epidermis there. This is the epidermis, let's assume. This is the dermis and hypodermis. It can go very deep inside the skin. Therefore, in order to remove it, if you remove it using say electrolysis, electrical arcing, lasers and so on, what you're doing, you're trying to destroy it, and then you can destroy it a little bit of it, and then if you destroy a little bit of it, then part of it will go back up again once the area is healed, so it will look a bit flatter, or it will just be less evident or smaller. And then after another treatment, then if you just remove a little bit more, for example here, just remove a little bit more, then it's going to be, after it heals, a bit smaller. But if the clinician is quite has lots of experience about removing Xanthelasma, beautician, whatever you want to call the aesthetic professional, then it can go and remove most of it, or remove the complete amount of Xanthelasma. So, say for example, in this case, that part is still there, and when it heals, it goes back to the surface, and you still have a little bit of Xanthelasma in there. And this is quite an important point that we're trying to make, because This has been the source of frustration over the years after laser tattoo removal, voltaic plasma removal, and so on. The results, if with laser and plasma or electrolysis removal, are entirely dependent on the aesthetic practitioner. So how much of that xanthelasma is taking off. So the more it takes off, then the smaller it's going to be later on. Or if it takes off the whole lot, then it's going to be removed completely. But just going back to this picture, so if you just go and remove the whole lot in there, so you go to the root of the xanthelasma, so you go inside the dermis, then you're very likely to completely have this whole xanthelasma removed completely, and this is only due to the confidence and the ability of the aesthetic practitioner. So this is quite an important point, but we're going and talk about this inquiry again. We're just going to close this wonderful drawing. So hopefully you do understand what she means in there. What she means here is that from what has been removed after one treatment, the xanthelasma was still there, and it's not as if nothing was done. It wasn't removed completely, and some people don't remove them completely. And this can be quite disappointing, because you pay a lot of money in order to remove the xanthelasma, and then you still have it. So then I started living with it and covering it up with makeup. It affected my confidence over the years, and I do not want it on my face anymore. The electrolysis treatment was successful in the fact that it removed the top layer of the xanthelasma. When I run down my finger over the xanthelasma patch, it feels smooth, the same as the rest of my skin. I cannot feel any bump apart from a slight ridge at the top of where the electrolysis was applied fully. I hope this explained my individual case, and look forward to receiving the xanthelasma removal gel. Please see attached photos. Questions. Can you please confirm how many days it takes for the treatment to complete on the first application? This is quite a good question, and we're going to talk about it right now. What this person means at the moment is, how long is the healing process going to take? This is very likely the meaning of this question. And the healing is normally between 5 to 7, 8 days, according to how you apply the gel and so on. So the longer you apply the gel for, the longer that healing process is going to be, and so on. How long will it take from delivery? We normally have it in the product now in stock because we have standardized it. So once we have the pictures, we're able to dispatch within 2 to 3 days. So once we dispatch from the UK, if you're in the UK, you're going to get it within the next day or two. So the region, on average, 5 days. So it's not that long wait. So all we require is your pictures. We're going to go again onto this beautiful drawing that I made, which is going to win some awards, I'm sure. And we're going to use it again to explain the source of frustration as well with TCA and other way, laser, voltaic plasma, and so on. So people think that by going through some plasma removal using our product, TCA, or lasers, or other types of products, it's just like a magic wand. You can remove the whole lot. But let's say you use our product. Every time our product takes off a little bit of it. So it takes off a little bit of it. So therefore, when the xanthelasma is heals, then although you have a bit of the xanthelasma falling off the scab and you can actually see it, then you still have it. And then some people, not knowing about this process, get frustrated and think that TCA, our product, or other products, or electrolysis, or voltaic plasma or laser do not work. It actually works, but one has to be patient with these treatments. The treatments can be very successful if you go through a laser treatment or a voltaic plasma treatment or even electrolysis treatment, if the practitioner goes and removes the whole lot inside the thermos, and that can be done quite easily. So if you're buying any product, even TCA or a product, please bear in mind that it takes a number of applications in order to remove the xanthelasma most of the times. And that the way xanthelasma is grown inside your skin is dependent on your individual case. So sometimes can be shallower than others. And sometimes, although it looks quite small, it's very deep. So it depends on your particular case. And also, a good thing about the xanth remover is that the longer you keep the gel for, the more the ablation effect, and some people have even removed it in one session only by just keeping it for a long, long time. So the instructions are very different. You keep it only for a few minutes. You can go and read the instructions on our website. And so that, hopefully, that this video and this particular inquiry cleared up a number of questions you may have about removing xanthelasma. So we hope you found this video useful. If you have any more questions or anything, please let us know. We're very keen to clarify the topic of xanthelasma removal as much as possible. Thank you very much for watching.